Welcome back to episode 2 of the Serving Wellbeing podcast. And in this episode, we will be talking about the foundation of mental health. A little recap of last episode, we talked about why mental health is important in the restaurant industry and what are a few things managers can do to improve mental health. In this episode, we will talk about the causes of mental health issues in the food industry and how it affects the individuals and the organization. Mental health is one of the most important things an individual needs to take care of to stay happy and healthy. If mental health is neglected, this can lead to a decline in health, as one may practice poor hygiene and bad eating habits. In severe cases, poor mental health can lead to self-harm or the individual ending their own life. This is why, as a manager, you should be concerned about your employees' mental health, not just for work performance, but to help protect and improve their life. So what are some problems in the workplace that contribute negatively to an employee's mental health? We briefly touched on this subject in the last episode, and we found out that one of the issues was bullying. Specifically, in the paper, Understanding the Mental Health Needs of Restaurant Employees, they mentioned that bullying varies throughout different restaurants, but can affect anywhere from 33 to 66% of the workplace. This can be due to the fact that some employees who have been working there feel like they are 100% correct every time. It may come at newer employees more aggressively, which can contribute to mental health issues. This affects the organization as a whole, as getting bullied can increase the turnover rate since people don't want to work in a hostile work environment. This in turn reduces efficiency, as you have less employees, and those that try to pull through may not be working to their full potential if they're experiencing poor mental health. The bullying issue affects the individual by causing either short-term effects, which could be increased anxiety about coming into work or active avoidance of going into work, or they can be long-term effects like self-harm or developing mental health disorders like long-term depression or long-term anxiety. Another issue in the workplace that we briefly mentioned was the issue of perfectionism in the workplace. Perfectionism is where a person will not stop working on something until it is deemed perfect to their standards or company standards. This can affect the organization, as if somebody is focusing on one thing for too long, since they don't feel it's perfect, it can slow down the whole operation. The individual is affected as if they feel like something isn't perfect, they're going to blame themselves and they're going to beat themselves up about it. Drug abuse was another common issue found in the food industry, according to their research. Drugs can affect people's mental health in a negative way, and if it doesn't, the lifestyle of people who are addicted to drugs can be the same as someone who struggles with mental health. This is another issue that we found to be important when researching, and as a manager, it is important that you also help employees who may struggle with substance abuse. This can be done by informing employees about substance abuse and giving them ways to cope and better themselves. After reading these articles and doing more background research, this inspired our question to where it is now, since we saw recurring problems like higher turnover, decreased efficiency, and decreased employee morale when mental health is not focused on. This is why focusing on mental health and drug abuse within the workplace is important for both the individual and the business. It impacts the individual's life in a positive way when managers focus on bettering mental health, often leading to a healthier lifestyle and making the individual happier. The business is impacted positively, as when employees are mentally well, businesses run more efficiently, meaning their food can get pushed out faster, which can lead to better satisfaction with the customers, which can bring in returning customers, which can result in a higher profit. Now, there are many programs that help with mental health and drug abuse issues that we will be talking about in episodes 4 and 5. Next episode, we will be talking about how we should train managers to recognize and respond to these issues. Thanks for turning into the Serving Wellbeing podcast.